If it's shit, delete it and start over.
I'm really good at what I do.
I don't care, bro. That's dope.
Coaches, they don't know anything.
Like,
Look at me.
We back again for another interview. This is episode 5 of the Lyric Breakdown Show. Fuck that me. My co-host not here, as y'all can see, but he having some technical difficulties. Hopefully he figured that out. But today we're here with Grandmaster Shogun. Just tell the people a little something about yourself, and we get right into it.
Yo, what's going on? It's boy the Grandmaster, leader of Kaleidoscope Records. And I don't even know what to say. You know what's funny about that question? I never know how to talk about myself. I'm just the rapper, and that's just really it to me, honestly. But you know what it is.
I feel that.
The Grandmaster, Silhouette Sensei, Stone Cold Show, all that good shit. Kaleidoscope Records, Smokehouse, out on all platforms. Make sure you get that by Kaleidoscope Records, solely produced by Bougie. Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. You know what? I'm happy when y'all come out here and shout y'all peoples out, shout y'all projects out. I will hope that's what everyone comes on here and does. Some people don't sometimes, but I like it's all about sharing the love and networking for sure. So we always start these interviews off with some intro questions, get the people a little more in tune with who you are before we get the people in tune with what the fuck you mean by these lyrics you got here. So my first question is, what inspired the name Grandmaster Shogun, and what was the purpose behind this name, if there is one?
Well, I probably told this story 100 times, but so Grandmaster, I wasn't originally Grandmaster Shogun. My name went through phases. Before I was Grandmaster, I was Legendary Shogun, and then when I decided to become Grandmaster, it was kind of like, I want to say, like a spiritual awakening, and all the things that were happening at the same time with my awakening, I would say. I was playing like a lot of Mortal Kombat, so I was really influenced by the Grandmaster Hanzo Hasashi kind of not trope, but character, and Grandmaster Sub-Zero, shit like that. So I kind of took the name from there. But as I evolved, like as an artist and as I got older, it became more meaningful. Like Grandmaster is like a leader. Grandmaster is the highest fucking ranking you can get in chess. You know, there's Grandmaster Flash, there's Grandmaster what's this nigga's name? Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of Grandmasters. So I think of it as like a person who has a bunch of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? A leader. So that's how I, look at it today.
I could definitely relate to that because my first rapper name was definitely not Zay47. And if you grew up with me, everyone knows I used to go by Philo Stacks. And it's a funny story behind that because this kid that used to bully me in middle school, his last name was like Philippopoulos or something. But I thought he was a cool dude, though. Like, I'm not a hater. I really thought he was cool. So him bullying me really didn't matter. I took part of his last name. And then everybody wanted to have money, right? So I just threw Stacks on there. And then after that, because Amici Darko from Flatbush Zombies, he got Fleezus Christ in his bio. When I was 12, I seen that and I was like, nah, Fleezus is tough. So I changed my rapper name to Capital Fleezus, capital after Capital Steez, and I just added the Fleezus to it. But like you said, then I went through this phase as an artist where it's like, I respect all these people that inspired me before, but I want that sense of individuality. Like, I need a name that represents where I'm at right now with the artistry. So definitely, I could definitely feel that in the changes. As you get older and as you grow as an artist, things definitely start to shift.
It's funny you bring up Capital Steez. I got the 47 tatted because of him. I literally got it on my shoulder.
Bro, that's tough. Honestly, that's why I got the 47 in my name right now. But also, I was born April 7th, which is also Steez Day.
Yeah, 47. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also the rap holiday of the year, so it just made sense. Moving on to the next question before we get sidetracked over here, because I always get sidetracked on the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I feel you.
You bring up Kaleidoscope Records before, which I know y'all personally, but for the people that don't know y'all, Show has a group of artists that are all in a collective called Kaleidoscope Records.
Yep.
So this next question is more pertaining to that. When it comes to organizing multiple artists under one collective, what is the hardest part when trying to mesh all of those different sounds together, in your opinion?
What is it? I guess the hardest thing is some people don't want to sacrifice. And I don't want to say, and I don't say that like they're being like selfish. Like I look at it like this, like let's say a team like it's Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Carmelo, KD, and you know what I'm saying? Let's say there's 5 all-stars on one team. You know, they're all gonna have to sacrifice something for that team to work. You know what I'm saying? Like
most definitely.
I mean, there are. I mean, we have a whole song. They let me get like 32 bars off, but you know, like that was the idea though. Like that I had that in the tuck, but oftentimes like we're cutting our verses short to make the song better and kind of like, you know, I don't want to say not showing our full range of abilities as because majority of us are rappers, like you know firsthand. Like majority of us are rappers. But I feel like sometimes some of us have to sacrifice. The next hardest thing will be like, I guess, scheduling. But you know, we're fucking 20 plus deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be tough. But I would say the biggest thing is like sometimes some people just don't want to sacrifice. But I feel like since we recorded Smokehouse, things have become a lot more cohesive, and people have become more and more willing to engage in that sense. Yeah. So yeah, I would say honestly, that's too tough.
Oh, not to cut you off. Honestly, I definitely feel that. I could say like you said, when you have a bunch of all-stars on one team, everybody want to shine the same. You feel me? And I feel like that's just human nature, where you feel as though when you're producing a certain kind of craft, and you feel like you're at a certain point with that craft that you want it to be represented how you want. But like they say, the raft don't float with one log. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely, because I'm in a collective. It's only 4 people, but we still have them moments where it's like, oh, I want to have this much on the song, or the song needs this. I want to show this much on the song. You feel me? But if you don't have the ability to construct yourself in a way where you're curating these songs for the people, not for your persona or your ego, then you won't be able to drop good music as a whole. So I definitely feel where you're coming from with that one for sure. Yeah. Especially timing too, because I live fucking 4 states away from where all the other people in my collective are. So definitely timing is a big thing. So
it's tough, yeah.
So moving on from the intro questions, we're gonna go straight into the lyric part of the show. Usually it would be 3 more intro questions, but like y'all know, Anthony's not here right now. So this show might go a little quicker, but we're gonna go into the lyrics for Shogun's song called ALICEA Trees off his project with his collective called Smokehouse.
Let me correct you. I like to say this because I just want to put this out there. I don't like to say it's my collective. I don't I mean, even though I made the idea, like it's all a team effort. The project is not mine, it's ours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, most definitely.
Or like, so, you know, so many people worked hard on it. And like we spent a lot of time, a lot of hours in Bougie's house, and like I'd just be remiss if I would just like, you know, just didn't correct that, you know. So just
that's really stand up. I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with you for that one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I had to let you know, just you know, my nigga Bougie produced the whole. It's so funny. Before we get into that, you know, it's so funny. Like I remember like just like writing the draft of Smokehouse, like literally on paper, and I was like writing all these different producers like Patches and Zoe, and I wrote my homeboy Blaine, like because I got mad shit from him, and then I was like Bougie, of course, and then like just every single week we were just taking that trip to Long Island, and he was like, "Am I producing today?" I was like, "Yeah, you are." So he just, you know, he ended up producing the whole shit. So he worked really hard, and shout out to the Villa too, because he mastered the whole thing in like the fucking 11th hour. You know what I'm saying? Literally, maybe like 3 days before we submitted it, he was like, "I got it." So, I bet.
No, that's tough. That's tough. I fuck with that. That's love. I feel like definitely the best stuff is last minute stuff. Yeah, the pressure be there for sure.
Thanks.
So in the last 4 episodes, I have to put this out there. Yeah. Nobody has wanted to read their own lyrics. You can either let me read the lyrics, you can rap the lyrics, or you can read the lyrics. It's up to you. But for the last 4 episodes, I've read the lyrics. I don't mind it. But if you want to read them or rap them, bro, I'd be perfectly fine with that.
I don't know. I feel like me reading it kind of defeats the purpose. Like,
Okay, okay, I get that. So
like
I'll read the
saying,
lyrics then.
word,
Which actually, I'm about to just stop asking if people want me to read the lyrics because it seems as though I'm always reading the lyrics anyway.
word.
But again, this song is ALICEA Trees by Grandmaster Shogun and the whole collective Kaleidoscope Records.
Yeah, this song got me, Bree Manifa, my birthday twin. Shout out to my birthday twin, by the way. And my light skinned brother, the real Zo.
All right, so we're gonna jump right in. The lyrics go, I heard she supplied the finest shit. Weed from Egypt, straight from the ganja strip. Silver Keef, all I need goes inside the split. Take a trip, you know it's lit. Soon as the lighter flick. You know it's gas when it's stuffed in a mason jar. Type of smell that lingered in my sister's car. Smoked a J with her and pops, it got me missing calls. She opened shop for me and popped and let us explore. Different strains got me in the zone. The smell alone is enough to give me overload. She got the trees I equate to gold. I feel the cone, Medusa strand, so you know the kid is stoned. She giving deals on what you need, better take advantage. It's homegrown. She sell you shit off of seeds she planted. Call this woman for all your marijuana needs. She find to be at Smokehouse. Shout out ALICEA Trees.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, just let the people what the fuck you mean by that. Let them know what the fuck you mean by that. What was
So
the intent behind this?
so there's a whole backstory attached to ALICEA Trees, and I think this is the first time I'm telling it like on an interview. So the backstory is, so it was like, I want to say not this past Christmas, the one before. So I'll say 2 years
Okay.
ago. My dad, he called me just like the day before, like I think it was Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve. Called me. He's like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I'm like, I didn't have any plans for Christmas. I wasn't working or doing anything like that. So he told me that he wanted to, go to Connecticut and hang with my sister and shit like that. So I linked up with him. We went to Connecticut. The first thing he told me when I got in the car off the train was, "Damn, did you just put it out?" And he's talking about the weed smell. So me and my dad, our relationship with like smoking, like he really doesn't care. Obviously, I'm a grown ass man. When I first
Yeah.
started smoking, he was real lax about it. And I remember we were driving right after doing errands and shit like that. He asked me, "Did I have any on me?" I was like, "Nah, I'm dry. I don't have any weed." So he's like, "All right, bet we're gonna go get some." So he takes us, right? He takes us to this gas station that like sells weed. We were somewhere in fucking New Britain, Connecticut, or some shit like that. I don't remember, but
Yeah.
we went to the fucking gas station. He buys weed. He buys papers. He buys himself some filters. Then he looks at me. He's like, "You need your dirty ass grabber." I'm like, "Yes, yes, I
I'm
do."
not gonna lie, bro. Be a grabber. It took me a long time to like grab. I'm not gonna lie.
So
I used
yo,
to put wait, not to cut you. I used to roll like straight weed splits, and my friends would call them shits healthies or organics, bro. That shit used to blow my because I smoke with a lot of people from Brooklyn.
yeah,
But definitely, bro, grabber, bro. Talk about
yeah.
it.
He was just, my dad. He's an old school smoker, so like he smokes straight weed, straight joint basically. And so we buy the weed, buy a little eighth from the gas station. We split it, and then you know, because I remember like after that, I think we did a little bit more errands, and then his plug calls him, and then
Yeah.
he's like, he's on the phone. He's like, "Yo, Miss ALICEA Trees," and then I just look at him. I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, "What you just said?" He's like,
That's
"ALICEA
tough
Trees."
though. That's a tough name. I'm not gonna lie.
It is, and like I think her name, ironically enough, is like Fire or some shit like that. I don't remember though. So he's like, "Yeah, Miss ALICEA Trees." He's asking her like if she's in town and shit like that, and he's like, "Yo, ask her if like she has this fucking, have her supply and shit." So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so then after we smoke, we go to her crib like 30, 45 minutes out, and we meet her in front of her house. She's like leaving, ironically enough, she's leaving a weed event. So I'm helping her with bags out the car. She goes to her front door. She opens the front door, and inside her house is the fucking mother load. I'm talking about There is jars. That's why I'm saying the type of, in the mason jar, like, and
Yeah.
then we sit down at this table, right? And on this table, there's this industrial size crusher. And I say industrial because the shit is like this. It's like that big, bro.
Yo, nah.
And then
Alicia Trees is smoking for sure.
and mind you, I don't know if it was her son. No, her son was in the back. And I think it was someone who worked on the weed event with her that was also there. And I was like asking him, I was like, yo, how much weed can fit in there? I crush it. Nigga put 14 grams in there. I was fucking lost, honestly. But yeah, we're sitting at the table. My dad's about to he's about to get mad. We buys like a QP, and then she has jars of just keef, like literally just jars of keef. I mean, like that's why I'm like literally mason, like big ass jars, like this big,
just keef, bro.
That's why I said that in the song, the silver keef. All I need goes inside the spliff, because my dad on the way there, he was raving about it. He was like, yo, the silver keef, you got to sprinkle a little bit in there. You got to treat it like grabba. I was like, Dad, what the fuck, man? Like, and then sure enough, I acquire said silver keef, and I put I smoke a grabba. I put grabba, and then I put the keef on top of it. And essentially it's basically just weed, but there's something about the silver keef that was like, I smoked it and I was so fucking high. I was like, oh my God, like I thought this man was bullshitting me, because I'm thinking that my dad is like some old head delusion, not old head, but like he just talking shit because he thinks his weed, because he think he know more because he's older or whatever the case may be. And I was like, damn, I'm fucking high, bro. Like I feel like, damn, like lightweight type shit. It was just crazy. But
I'm not gonna lie, that keep shit is different, because like I got a story. So me and my man, like this, I recently quit smoking. Like I'm about to be 2 years sober, but when I was heavy into the smoking, I think I was about 16. Me and my friend, when you're young, you don't got a job yet, but you got a minor addiction. So we ran out of weed. And he used to have this Pokemon crusher. And from the start when we bought it, we thought there was no keef section. So we went at least 2 years smoking out of just crushing weed in this. So then out of desperation, I'm like, we've never checked this grinder for keef, bro. Like it gotta have some. Lo and behold, the grinder section twists out the Pokeball.
Yeah.
And the keef was so thick it had popped the net that separates the weed from the keef. And we rolled like a 2 gram keef blunt, bro. And we were so fucking high. Like I had never been that high before that point. So when people talk about smoking keef, like it's just something about keef that it just really do it to you, bro. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's probably all the trichomes and shit that get caught in it, but keef blunts is just top tier. That's upper echelon for real.
She just had all that shit. And even more than that, she just had she was just very knowledgeable of marijuana. Like she spoke to me like not as like how just niggas on the block be talking about it, like what's Zai and what's not Zai. Like she know about the density, the potency, like the hairs, like how they grew it. All like she was and she was an advocate. You know what I'm saying? Like she, she's all about legalization and like all that good stuff. But she just had mad, like an abundance of it, bro. Like, and me and my dad left, like, and we, oh my God, he just had so much, like, and, it kind of paled in comparison to just what we left from when we went back to the hotel. It was so crazy. Like, we were smoking in the hotel, me and my dad, and my dad's homeboy, and we were just smoking, and I was just thinking, like, damn, bro, I'm fucking smacked. Like, I'm high,
bro. I just left the treasure cove of weed at that point. So I'd imagine,
But the whole time I was smoking, in my head, in the back of my head, I was literally like, yo, this got to be on Smokehouse, because at this time, I think this is Christmas time, so I think this is after volume 1, right? It's after volume 1. So it's after volume 1, this after volume 2. So we were trying to drop volume 3, but we didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
But at this time I was thinking like, yo, like this would literally be like perfect for Smokehouse. Like literally,
Honestly, it
actually,
definitely does sound like it fits perfectly.
well, actually, I think it was before the inception of Kaleidoscope. This is actually before volume 1. So I didn't even have, I only knew that I wanted to be on the song. I didn't have a beat. I didn't even, like, me and Bougie, our relationship was like, I wouldn't say tentative, but we weren't like locked in how we really are now.
Yeah.
But I knew that I kept that idea. Like, I was like, that gotta be the first song. Like, I had the intro already, and I was like, I need that to be the next song. And then when we recorded it, it was me and Zoe. We recorded it. He has 8 bars on the song. And then I remember like just thinking like, yo, I need a singer. Like, I need to find a woman who can sing and kind of like do this justice. And I remember like Bougie always has this tendency of just bringing up shit like kind of really quick and then just passing it by. He's like, yeah, my homegirl Bree, you know, she can sing. And then he continued to show me beats. I was like, oh, wait, tell me about your homegirl. And then
Yeah.
I think it took like a couple of months to meet her. And then when I met her, oh man, like I heard her sing and I was like, this is it. Literally, this is it.
I could definitely say I listened through the whole song. Like, I feel like I just need to let y'all know when y'all send y'all tracks into here, I don't just listen to y'all verse. I listen through the whole song.
Where
That's how we bring, because we always bring up major points of said songs. So definitely, like this song, one of my major points for this song, not to get too carried away, because that's the major points of what we're gonna bring up next. But I feel like the curation on that song, from the skit to the production and the mix, is perfect, like all the way through.
yeah, the skit that was Boost. Well, I feel like the skit was really the skits on the album in general was kind of Rob Burns' idea. He's really like, you know, Rob Burns is a little bit older than some people in the, like, he's 31, so he's a little bit older than some people in the group. So
I'd say this though, you wouldn't know that though unless you told.
Yeah, you really wouldn't.
You wouldn't know that.
Matters, but he has, like, he's been around. Like, his era of music is my era of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up in like the 2000s kind of vibe. Like me, him, Bougie,
definitely.
You know, a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Severe. Like, all of us grew up on that vibe. So when I brought up the Minstrel Show specifically, because I use that album as kind of like a template, because it's in order, it's conceptual, cohesive, production is great, and a lot of things on that album like are implemented in Smokehouse, like in general. Just ALICEA,
like a blueprint in a way.
Yeah, literally, like ALICEA Trees was like, I don't know, like literally just the perfect idea. Just like, oh my god, like ALICEA Trees, bro. Like, I need a song about someone who sells weed, like about this mysterious woman. And,
definitely.
You know, all the stars aligned when I met Bree, and then Zoe was just like his take on his verse. Well, his take on the song through his verse was really cool. He's talking about an actual, you know, well, he's talking about her as like a, I don't want to say like an, I'm not gonna try to like say he's objectifying her, but he's talking about her in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying?
I could say he definitely added lore to the character.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I was saying. But yeah, of us did everything.
Not to cut you off, my fault. I'm gonna say, like, definitely from your verse to his verse to the singing, it kind of it illustrates a character for the listener, and then you take away from all these different verses. It's like, you ever, I guess, like everybody growing up, you ever had an idol or somebody famous that everybody was like, but not like famous, but like hood famous. Let's say like in the neighborhood, not everybody knew them, but you knew of them.
Yeah.
And y'all would just have conversations and it would build up their lore.
Yeah.
And then you finally see the person and you're like, nah, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, in a way, I feel like that's definitely how the song went for me.
She's a urban legend.
urban legend for sure.
type shit, urban legend.
All right, so moving forward, we're gonna go on to the major points of the song from my perspective. I'd like to say this also, just a disclaimer. This is my opinion for all the viewers out there. In no way, shape, or form am I saying this is cemented for these songs. I just want to put that out there because I feel like sometimes things get taken out of context. So we always do two good major points and one bad point, which again on this song is so good. The bad point, not really a bad point. It's just something I felt. But basically, like I said before, the whole curation of the song is perfect in my opinion. I liked it from start to finish. It had good depth. It had a good building sequence. It does leave imagination for the listener, which songs should give visuals when you hear them. I feel as though good songs definitely bring you in and make you think.
Yeah.
I also, my second major point is I like the story-esque vibe of the song. I wouldn't say it's a complete storytelling song, but it has a good storyline that was followed, and the artists were aligned perfectly. The way that you guys went through it was definitely the perfect way to put the people in there.
Yeah.
My only thing that I would say would I have to call it a bad point because that's the third one, but I just think in the singing part, a little more layering on the vocals, like to give it more of like a whimsical effect. I don't know if that makes sense. Like when I say whimsical, but like I definitely think that girl is a great singer. I feel like a little bit of background vocals would have made it even better in my opinion. But her singing regardless was perfect.
Yeah. We did I just think Bougie didn't want to layer it too much. To not oversaturate,
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of, I feel like he didn't add the background vocals because this is kind of cheesy, but it kind of adds to the allure of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the mystery of it.
No, yeah,
And
most definitely. I don't find that cheesy at all. You feel me? I definitely understand where you're coming from with that.
yeah,
You want to leave something to be found.
and even at the same time, again, like too much of anything isn't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Yeah.
not that she did bad, but again, too much of what she was doing at the end, I feel like would have oversaturated and took away from the overall whole song. Goes back to what I was saying about sacrificing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know
Definitely. That's a great point.
Got to sacrifice a little bit to get a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I feel like that's one of the things we had to sacrifice just a little bit to get the whole shebang out of the whole song.
Yes,
so,
but I think ideally I definitely did what y'all came to do on that song. So
thanks.
like I said, it was the only thing I could think of that would have been a bad point. But like I said before, it's not even a bad point at that point. It's just more of an opinionated thing. But definitely the song is very well structured. And like you said, you do got to sacrifice some stuff to get to the final product.
Facts.
So moving on from the major points of the song, we always do a favorite bar on the show. And my favorite bar, which I also feel like was a double entendre, and it was metaphorically something I like to hear rappers do. She got trees I equate to gold. I feel the cone. Medusa stand. I'm Medusa stand, so you know the kid is stoned.
Facts.
Honestly, I like the wordplay on that. I like the Medusa double entendre part. I like the word building in this because it also gives you aspect from your point of view, and it gives the viewer introspect into the mind process behind the lyrics.
Yeah,
and
facts.
I feel like definitely that's why we'd like to bring y'all on here so y'all can give y'all perspective on it. But definitely through the song, you're already giving your perspective, and I think that was a big thing for me also. So definitely that would be my favorite bar. Not to say there was definitely other bars in there. There was definitely a lot of other bars in there that could have been taken. That was just my favorite from there.
Nah, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
But for sure, bro, keep doing what y'all doing over there at Kaleidoscope, bro. Definitely. I'm still honored to be on one of y'all projects. Was definitely something very grateful for. But y'all really been doing y'all thing, and I could say I've listened to Smokehouse, so I already know how good the project is. So for the viewers out there, when this drop, y'all should do y'all due diligence. Definitely go look into Smokehouse, look into Kaleidoscope Records. Listen to their music, bro. I hope y'all check out all the artist music on here. Actually, we're not just bringing anybody up here. We do accept every and anybody, but we're not just bringing anybody up here. Y'all all got something to show.
Facts.
Moving forward to the lyric questions, my first question is: when you sent the lyrics over, I seen that you did the stanza schemes. It was a perfect 4 lines for each stanza. Is that something that you do regularly when you're writing, or did you just implement that for this specific track?
No, that's actually how I write. Actually, a lot of people don't know how to count bars, which is fucking sad. So like when I send lyrics over, I used to write. Well, let me say this: when I used to write, it used to be one big paragraph, and
Yeah,
it would be tough for me. Like, let's say sometimes I would like if I wanted to punch in, like it would be hard for me to kind of like tell. So
yeah,
I started indenting, and then I'm just thinking like this is just poetry format. Why don't I just write it like it's a stanza? You know what I'm saying?
no, literally,
Even if one line takes up 2 lines, I still like the next line is gonna be something wholly totally different. And I just feel like I'm not gonna say I taught Kunda how to write like that, but I kind of like help him adjust to that way of writing because I remember he showed me his notebook and it was kind of just like all over the place. I was like, bro, there's so many simpler ways you can go about this, but
I'm
yeah,
so happy you bring this point up because on episode 3, we bring this point up with one of the other artists that came on here who was from my collective, and he used to write in run-on sentences. Not
yeah,
to downplay his writing or anything, but he used to just like you said, just one big paragraph. And me and my friend Justice kind of told him like it's easier to stanza them. And this I like that you bring this point up for other artists out there. Again, the stanza format for writing is way better. Like Sho said, even when punching in, it gives you the separation of your bars and your words so that you can read them better. It
yeah.
gives you an easier format. So the fact that this has came up again just goes to show that the process is not broken. So don't fix it.
I agree. I agree.
Definitely though. Next question is a little. It's I'd say it's a little less about the lyrics and more about the project.
Okay.
So the word smokehouse was referenced more than once in this track. So let the people get a bigger idea of what smokehouse is and what this means to you as a curator.
So Smokehouse is first and foremost, Smokehouse is based off of something called the Viper Room or the Viper Lounge. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it was basically like a dive bar owned by Johnny Depp in like the early 90s. And
Yeah,
it was kind of exclusive, you know. It was like, you know, young celebrities went there, like things like Terrence Howard, Jennifer Aniston, Leo, Toby Maguire. He would have bands come through. And I thought about how, you know, the uses of cannabis kind of like brings people together. So I was
definitely.
thinking like, what if I brought that together under one roof and a whole bunch of different artists from different spaces? So that's why like Kaleidoscope was the perfect people for this because we're all from different groups. You got Global Degenerates, you got people from Tokyo Kings, you got Feudal Society, you got Matt. First of all, 90. I think everybody in Tomcat is in Kaleidoscope at this point. I
Yeah,
think it's Bougie, Ghost Shine, Bree, Jerome, Jet. I think yeah. Well, the
bro,
majority.
drafted whole squads at this point.
Yeah, at this point, the whole squad is in fucking Kaleidoscope. But yeah, I feel like that's why Kaleidoscope was perfect for this project, this idea, because we all represent different shit. But one thing we can all agree on is that all of us smoke weed, right? Well,
Yeah,
I'll say majority
definitely.
of us now because some of us don't smoke anymore, but majority of us smoke weed. We all make great music. Uzi's a producer. Most of us rap. We have a singer. So what are we doing? It was all about, you know what I'm saying? It was all about taking initiative. And I just felt like, you know, for so long, I wasn't like, you know, someone just needed to take initiative, and I was like, it's my idea. Let's get this shit done. So when I pitched the idea to Bougie, he was ecstatic about it, about being a part of it, like just producing the soundtrack for it.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how far we came. But yeah.
Honestly, from what you said about like how it brings people together, like when you say that, I automatically think of like a Scythe.
Yeah.
Scythe that I've met people that I'm friends with for almost 10 years now through Scythe. You feel what I'm saying? And definitely like this is like one big Scythe if you think about it, that's curated into a beautifully produced, rap aligned project. And again, y'all need to listen to Smokehouse. I feel like I could talk about it in only so many words, but you have to experience it for yourself. So after this interview drops, like I said before, y'all need to check it out. Definitely go check out Smokehouse by Kaleidoscope Records. You won't be disappointed, and if you're disappointed, you're a fucking hater.
No, you did as a fucking hater. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't like any of the songs. You a liar,
bro. I'm telling you, some people would just be out there to hate. They don't appreciate. And I'm gonna say this here, and I think we say a lot of controversial things on the show, but I don't give a fuck. This is a platform for the people. This is a platform for all the underground artists, underground producers, because those are the people that make shit happen in the culture. Not the niggas y'all see on TV, not the people y'all see online. When y'all go to organically made projects by underground artists and start sucking mad dick because it's not producing a $5,000 studio and the artists are not signed to your favorite label and there's no features from people you think should be on there because they're famous, it does not take away from the projects or the people. It just shows you're ignorant. And I had to put that out there. Y'all can hate me, y'all can love me for that. I don't care, bro, but that's just the fact. Y'all take away from talented people because they're not in positions that you feel dictate valor, and it's valor of nothing, honestly, because a lot of y'all are famous for no reason. Y'all just get overnight success, TikTok songs, and all the above, and people actually work real jobs every day, use their real money every day, sometimes don't eat, sometimes be late on bills to make these shits for y'all to hear, and y'all don't even take the time to really listen to this shit. Y'all get me tight as fuck, I'm not gonna lie, bro. But if you one of those artists out there that's putting your heart into this shit, regardless of your fame, regardless of your follow count, regardless if you get 10 likes, that's still 10 people. Y'all the real fucking stars out there. And that's what this platform is for. Amen. It's for homegrown real artists, bro.
Facts. And if you are someone out there who thinks lyricism is dying, you are sorely mistaken. Keep pushing your pen. I'm telling you, keep pushing your pen.
Exactly.
Don't do it because the masses tell you to. Do it because it's what you want to do. Feel me?
Say that shit for the people in the back. Say that shit for the people in the back. Do it because you want to.
Feel me? Gotta say what you need to say. Don't be scared. Keep pushing your pen. For the people out there who are losing hope, don't. Keep going. Believe in you.
Exactly. For the people out there that think lyricism is dying, Grandmaster wouldn't be on here. The last few episodes wouldn't be on here. This show wouldn't be here because if there wasn't good lyrics, I wouldn't have something to talk about. Going on to the next question. This is definitely about the lyrics of the song, but I feel like this is more for this is a thinking question. You said ask something that invokes thought. You said that in the form, so I tried to come up with a little something for that. Was there any difficulties keeping the verse majorly read related? And did you feel at any point during creation that this subject would provide the listener with enough depth to grasp your intent with this track, per se, for people who are unfamiliar with the experience of marijuana?
Yeah, I feel like the title alone is an attention grabber because Alicia Keys is already see what I did there. Alicia Keys is already knows the name, and then they see the spin on the name. Oh, right then and there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a book cover is very important. I don't care what anybody says. I judge a book cover. Like I definitely do. Like if the book cover doesn't look interesting, I'm not gonna grab that. You know what I'm saying? But so I feel like that
talking about book covers, not to cut you off. It's the only reason I bought this book because the cover is tough. The cover is tough. Roses and the gold dragon. That's all I needed to see. This book is tough. It's actually good too.
But yeah, I feel like the name alone was just enough to grab people's attention. And writing about weed is not easy, especially like if it's something you experience daily. Like I smoke every day, and I'm proud to say it. Like I don't really care. It is what it is. There's some people
bro, fuck that.
There are some
That's
people
your
out there who
hobby,
do
bro.
crack. I am not one of them.
Some people that's out there. To the people that do crack on the trades, we're not shouting y'all out.
I ain't judging y'all, but that can't be me. But listen,
listen, don't do crack, y'all. Do not do crack. I'm sorry, we judging. I'm judging over here. Don't do crack.
You do what you want, but this me personally, that's not for me. My mother raised me better than that. I'm just saying. My mom raised me. Hey, you smoke
most definitely.
Bit, fine. You drink a little bit, cool. You do crack, I disown you. I respect that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd like to say, I'd like to say this before we move on real quick. That stigmatism around weed, where people call it a gateway drug, where people say it's the first drug that leads to other drugs. If you allow yourself to enjoy other substances, that is a personal decision. Weed do not control y'all. It don't do anything to y'all. Weed is probably the most harmless thing out there. And YouTube, you can shadow ban me for this. Y'all can demonetize me for this, but y'all need to get the hate off of weed. It's just a lot of misconceptions out there, and it's a lot of knowledge that is not being spread about these products and these things that y'all be getting into. It's people that do where I'm at right now is people that do heroin like it's weed. They're avid heroin daily users, and they think that shit is okay. Opioid addiction and weed addiction are two completely different things. So, like I said, yeah, if you do crack, I'm disowning you. I stand on that one.
But writing about weed wasn't hard. I feel like, since I had I feel like when you're really committed to an idea, it's not hard to execute. It really wasn't. Like, I believed in this shit so much. Like, you have no idea how long we waited for Bree to put her vocals on the damn song. We waited literally months. But before that, like, writing it, like, I wrote the verse in like 12 minutes. Like, no lie.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote it so fast. And I think I wrote it when I was with my pops. Like, that's like, I had it for so long before we actually recorded it. And I don't know. I feel like once you hear the first line, kind of gives it away. I heard she supplies the finest shit. Like, oh, someone has something to talk ALICEA Trees, and the skit in the beginning as well. Like, oh, I heard we ran out of bud, and you know what I'm saying? Like all these things that happen even before the verse starts, and then as soon as the verse starts, pardon me, you know what it's in for. So
most definitely. I wanted to bring something up. You can finish first. I'll bring it up after.
But I was saying, even in Zoe's verse, you know what I'm saying? Like his perspective is interesting because now he's talking about her features and things of that nature. Now it's like, oh, like now it's kind of introspective, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And
then you think it's probably gonna be a third verse. No, it's someone who it's ALICEA Trees herself is on the damn song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, literally, yeah.
She is, so yeah.
What I wanted to bring up, like how you said you had wrote the verse way before you recorded the track. Shout out to Severe. I'm about to bring up something Severe had posted on his Instagram a while back. He had said something. I won't say this is word for word what he said, but it was along the lines of all these songs I wrote before that I told people I was gonna put out. I finally put it out. Now people is hearing it and saying like, I remember when you said you was gonna do that. And I want a lot of y'all to like take that in and understand nothing is old unless you make it old. Nothing is unuseful unless you don't use it. It don't matter how long ago you wrote something, how long ago you had an idea for something. Take away from this interview, like Sho said, he had that idea almost 2 years ago, and it fruited 2 years later. Take away from this and understand everything is fruitful as long as you put care into it.
I agree. Hell yeah.
Because I hear too many times, oh, I was gonna. At the time when I should have, I didn't. There is no perfect moment. That's something I've been learning as I get older. There's no perfect moments for nothing. Do it when you feel like you want to do it, or do it when you have the time to do it, or do it when it presents itself to be done. But at all costs, just do the shit. Just do the shit.
Facts.
Literally, just do the shit. And you might have a project that's as nice as the collective that we're interviewing right now. You might, if you put the time in.
Facts. Some top tier shit. Say hello to my son, everybody.
Oh, definitely. Show the cat more. People love cats. We need some contact with cats. What's the cat's name? Introduce us to the cat.
His name is Flea. He does not like that at all, but I'm gonna do it anyway because he's my son.
Nah, the cat is adorable. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta ask though, is he bad? Because I hear a lot about orange cats. He's not fully orange, but
He's a piece of shit. He's a fucking menace. But he's my son, so I'll take care of him. He didn't give me shit for Father's Day. I'm mad at him.
you gotta be the orange in him.
That ass. But yeah. Yeah, this is probably like, I don't know, this song, I don't know. I feel like all of us really clicked when we like all kind of like heard the beat, like, and that's another thing too. The beat is so funny. Like Bougie, he's so infamous for kind of like just playing a whole bunch of beats and then kind of skipping over everything that's fire. Not to say that he plays whack shit, but then let's say he'll play something that we all like, and then he'll just pass over it, and then he'll play something else that's really good. But then I'll be like, go back, and that's how it happened with ALICEA Trees. Like he played the beat, and he was gonna add drums and mad other shit. And I was like, nah, you could just leave it like that, and it'll be fine. And here we are.
Honestly, I feel like that's really organic though. Like that, like my producer personally, me and him don't get along all the time on the beats he makes. He makes great beats. I'm just a drumless person. I love drumless beats. That's my niche right there. That's what I like to rap on. He loves drums. So he'll, like you said, he'll pass over some fire shit. And then I'll be like, nah, go back to that. And he'll be like, all right, just let me add some drums to it. Let me add some synths in on it. I'll be like, nah, bro, leave it just like that. And then that shit gets him so tight. But I feel like I know what I could rap. I know what I want to rap on when I hear it. It just syncs with me for sure. All right, so we're at the part of the show where we started doing this after episode 2. We call this segment the Nardwuar question. This is a question that's supposed to stump you a little bit. It's about yourself, but it should be something that a lot of people don't know. Or if they do know, it's not well known. So July 14th, 2017. What was the mindset of a younger Shogun when you dropped Renaissance?
Oh damn. Well, that's a good question. Shout out to my nigga Blaine. Or shout out to my nigga Blaine. That's my brother for real. Because he's the one that kind of came up with the whole idea of it being like the title, the kanji lettering for the, for the cover art and all that good shit. But I don't know, like it was like, I had just started rapping, I guess, maybe like a year before. I don't want to say I just started rapping because I always rapped, but I started taking it serious like then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. When I wrote it, I thought I read it to myself and I was like, this is pretty good. It's pretty good. It could be something. And then I read it to Blaine and he was like, you got to put that on one of my beats. And then he played that piano, that dun, 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 you started playing that shit. And that right there, that was the first song I had ever put out on. And like ever. That was the first song I ever put out, and right there, like me and him built a crazy chemistry. Like now we have like, he has a couple of songs on my upcoming album, a couple beats I want to say. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy what I got coming up next. But
definitely looking out for what y'all are coming out with next for sure. Besides being cool with you on a personal level, I am a fan of the shit y'all do. I can definitely say that. And again, and I want to say this, there's nothing wrong with being supportive of people or calling yourself a fan or anything of
especially if they're talented.
Especially if they're talented. I feel like a lot of y'all are weird in that aspect where y'all don't want to be known as fans of people y'all know because they're not famous. But y'all want to be fans of people that the world know because they're famous. Support your friends, bro. Support the people that you really know. Support the people that really gonna do something with the support. Honestly, y'all out here paying $1,000 for a Chris Brown picture. I could never do that. I could never do that. I'm sorry.
Real shit. My bad. I was reading the group chat. Niggas is
Nah, you
hilarious.
good. You good.
Yeah, but got mad shit on the way. It's gonna be crazy.
So we're coming around to the end of the interview. Now that people know what the fuck you mean, just give the people real quick. That's what the fuck I mean.
You want me to just say that?
Yeah, be like, I'm Grandmaster Shogun, and that's what the fuck I mean. If you
Alright,
want to.
I bet. I'm Grandmaster Shogun, aka the Silhouette Sensei, aka Stone Cold Show, and that's what the fuck I mean. You know what it is? Kaleidoscope Records, Smokehouse everywhere. Go get that shit.
Now, we gonna finish it off with give the people a quote from Grandmaster Shogun and let them know where they can find you in your music.
A quote from me?
Yeah.
That motherfucker got rhythm.
All right, cool.
Motherfucker got rhythm. That's my quote. All right, but and what else you said? You said
let the people know where they can follow you and find your music.
You can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm mainly at. Grandmaster.Shogun. Music's on all platforms. Grandmaster Shogun. Follow Kaleidoscope Records on Instagram. Kaleidoscope.records_. I'm not gonna spell Kaleidoscope because I might spell it wrong for you right now. If you got autocorrect, you will be fine. So yeah, Kaleidoscope.records.
It's valid because I'm gonna link all the names in the video when I edit it, so you're Gucci. You don't gotta spell it right for them. Yeah.
Facts. Make sure you get Smokehouse. Listen to "And the Story Goes" by me. Even the Wicked Are Blessed coming real soon, and Volume 3 by Kaleidoscope on the way. Very, very soon, I want to say.
So, y'all heard him. Go check out what he said to check out. Stay tuned for what's coming out. And that was episode 5 of the Lyric Breakdown Show. Fuck that mean. This was Grandmaster Shogun. I'm Zay, and we out of here.
Yes, sir. The show.
That Kaleidoscope.
Yeah. I heard she supply the finest shit. The weed from Egypt shipped straight from the ganja strip. The silver keef, all I need goes inside the spliff. I take a trip, you know it's lit soon as the lighter flick. You know it's gas when it's